done though, right?
I don't know how major, but like get your wisdom teeth out.
But
They'll put you on the
Ali,
on the
excuse me,
gas.
because we have Martirosyan putting the majority of his discs to work here.
Third scoop.
Soverel's hand
business.
very awkward here.
145 behind.
Yes.
On the one hand, he's getting a great price because Artur only has 145 behind. On the other hand, quite dominated by the types of hands Artur is likely to shove. Although in this case, he's actually a dead coin flip. He does make the call.
Critical exchange here. Soverel.
Don't bet at all. Save
Coin
like
flipping.
25 for your trouble, you know?
Just north of 10% pot back for Martirosyan. Deuce, deuce, 6. Trips for Soverel. Whoops.
Very unfortunate for Artur.
Not dead, though.
Save 25 for your trouble. We check down.
You play enough Pot-Limit Omaha, you know weird things can happen.
He could go 7-10, 9-9, 8-8, queen, queen, but he's going to be dead on a lot of turns.
Spade, spade.
Spade, spade, of course, the most likely.
Artur looking demoralized. First, Riordan check raising him to take a nibble, and now perhaps the final chomp.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Full house.
Deuce is full. Artur drawing dead. As even if a 7 rolled off to give him a straight, it wouldn't be enough. And so a short-lived sub-1 orbit third day of play here from Martirosyan. $300,000 for his efforts.
Yeah, and a little separation now from Soverel. 4.9 million, well ahead of Joao Simao in second place.
Yeah, but if another 5 of clubs comes out, we chop.
Joni
King, king,
once
deuce.
more with aces, this time a suit to go with them.
I think you had like 6, 7, 8, 9.
Not the most useful danglers.
I guess we'll find out.
I don't know. I didn't scan that one.
Grabs his lunch pail and his hard hat, clocks in for 175.
Interesting for Soverel here. Slightly better queens. I think you just pot this. These ones, though, does come with call. I like it.
Well, Joni is the short stack, so damage is capped if you get it wrong.
Yeah, this one will go 3 ways. Riordan, very playable hand.
Joins the party. 575 in the middle. Along with 2 spades. So over pair with the queen high flush draw. Jack connections as well for Soverel. Pretty breezy stuff for Riordan here. Still playing the 9s with backdoor club and straight prospects.
I think, again, Joni is just short stacked enough here in relation to the size of the pot that even in a 3-way situation with those aces on the 5 blocker, he's well served just to put the chips in the middle.
And you kind of don't expect a whole lot of 2 pairs to show up on this board in a raise pot pre.
Yeah, you block the 5. Some of these can have jacks once in a while, but if not, you're going to be in pretty decent shape.
Yeah. Don't have any spades in your hand, so you know that's always possible. But for full pot, let's see what kind of appetite Soverel's got.
Yeah, if I'm Soverel here, I just pot it to isolate and make sure I get Riordan out. He has enough hand. Of course, occasionally he can run into a monster of Riordan, but he's got enough hand, and he just wants to deny a bit of equity in case Riordan has a king-high spade draw or something like that. You could also call. Certainly there's no folding.
Pot. 2.3.
So there's the isolation. Riordan's quite comfortable folding regardless. Behind with the lion's share of the equity.
That's a brick, though.
Yeah, it is.
Changes nothing.
Riordan would have turned a
7
set, if
clubs.
I'm not mistaken.
10-9-9-8 he had,
Oh, was it
didn't
10-9-9-8?
he? I believe
Yeah.
so.
No matter. And
Spades.
that does matter. A spade on the end.
GG.
Good game
guys.
to my good
fun.
friend Joni.
Ace, double suited is Riordan here. Extra 100 deposited. Diamonds are covered.
I didn't scan.
As is a 7. There's Simao scan. 10-9-4. Couple of hearts. Soverel with top pair. Same story for Riordan, except with the 4 for top and bottom. And now Simao with a 9 and a gutter. Checks as well. Ace on the turn. Soverel now with top 2. Still content to check. Riordan no longer in front.
Yeah, top 2, no backup for Soverel. 3-way pot. Decides he doesn't want to bloat the pot just yet. He can keep his hand a bit disguised too if he does play check call here on the turn.
And it isn't because he's worried aces and 10s aren't good, but he just wants to ensure that he's able to get to that river.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Galfond has this concept in PLO that when you start betting, you want to have a lot of turns and rivers. Let's say you start betting the flop, you want to have a lot of turns and rivers that you can barrel comfortably.
Yeah.
The same concept here on the turn. And looking at Soverel's hand into 2 opponents, there's not that many rivers he would feel comfortable barreling if he starts betting. So he keeps the pot a bit smaller.
Any of those inside Broadway cards, any of the stuff that kind of interacts with the 10-9 toward the bottom side could all be an issue. Hearts as well, which he
now
only
this
has one of.
Third check, I think, is a little bit unconventional as Soverel. It's going to get Riordan to value bet, it looks like, just for a small size, which is a little thin 3-ways. But he is going to find this check raise. This is crafty. And then put in the re-raise. You never see it among pros. You could balance it.
Wow.
He does make the call. So Sam Soverel really is just getting the best of John Riordan in these last few confrontations.
Play free online poker at playpokergo.com. Real players, no bots. Ring games, tournaments, non-stop action. Authentic, fun, and always free.
Yeah, 2 suits, 3 Broadway cards. Let's see a flop. Did he say pot? No, he said
I think he said call, yeah.
The more expected option.
Yeah, he's got to be mindful of that ICM situation against Riordan.
It is funny. I've always found that pot and call can sound very similar.
Very much
and
so.
I've been confused myself at the table a few times.
Top 2 here for Simao. Soverel with the Broadway gutty and nothing further. Checked over.
Yeah, Soverel's cards not doing him any favors here. When you have these cards, your opponent has those cards. Is kind of one of the thinkings. Doesn't block any of the relevant stuff. Does like just to knuckle back. A king would be bad for Simao. Looking at all the possible bad rivers, I actually like this check from Simao. Given that there are not that many clean rivers for him to value bet if he does bet the turn, and keeping some of Soverel's weakest hands in. Yeah, so Simao's hand is a clear check, and now Soverel's Queen of Diamonds is quite a nice card to have. Blocking Queen 9, blocking flushes. He's near the bottom of his range with 3.
I like this a lot.
Yeah,
And
this is excellent.
Not simply because we can see that Simao's going to have a tough time here, but just look at how credible it is.
It's excellent execution. Yeah, it's
4 fans.
and the way he's played this hand on all streets is great, right? He doesn't have good properties to bet either the flop or the turn. And now on the river, he actually does have good proproperties.
What is
plus at the bottom
Simao
of his
reading
range.
off of? I'm not sure. Is that allowed? Was that a...
Was that notes?
I think he was being cheeky, not actually
Yeah.
like the amateur blackjack player
Right.
rocking up and going, what do I do when the dealer has a 3 and I have 12?
He might have just been reading the hand rankings, Ali, trying to work out how Jackson 10s does.
The dealership.
Do you lease these?
Pot.
Nah, man.
You buy them.
I just take it on the chin.
All right.
Meanwhile, Soverel once again going to take it on the chin from Riordan here, although this one far more durable than the one that preceded it. 200 becoming 680.
Yeah, Soverel's got a lot of hand here, even in the face of this 3-bet from Riordan.
Knows better than to just blast off with 1.2 back for John, but too durable to lay down. So we play for 1.5 plus, and Riordan in a great way.
Yeah,
3 to
notice-
1 plus the advantage. Queen 6-4, 2 diamonds out there.
How much in there?
And this is a very, very awkward spot for Soverel if Riordan shoves, because he knows that against exactly aces, he's in very bad shape. But if Riordan has some sort of ace-high rundown hands, he can be ahead. But You know, no backdoor flush draw. This is where having the pair in your hand is working against Soverel. He'd way rather have ace, queen, jack, 10.
I'm not on.
How much?
Riordan correcting the dealer. He's not all in, keeping that
What's
nickel
the bet?
back. Very uncomfortable as Soverel. If your opponent has kings, of course, you're doing a little bit better where that ace is live. But if your opponent has aces, you're drawing very slim, as we can see from the
Sorry,
percentages on the screen.
1,520.
1.5?
1.520.
And the bet's what?
1.175.
Call.
Uh-oh.
And he does call.
Soverel in an awful way. We're not going to be on our backs just yet with 5K back, but Riordan in an incredible spot here to win the most significant pot of the day. Nearly 4 million in the middle. Soverel hunting a queen or a jack. Instead, the 3 of clubs rolling off. 2 quick checks. 3rd club out there. Good luck bluffing it.
5K behind.
Boy.
Hence the drama still here.
How strong is a river barrel from Riordan?
Right you are. Or the best
That was a
bluff
bad
of the
chip.
century.
It's going to be the loudest 5K chip ever deposited.
Note that by not going all in, Soverel doesn't have to show his hand here.
Oh, yeah, that's actually
So
an
that's
interesting
actually
wrinkle.
That's
kind
how
of a
they're playing the
benefit for Soverel. Going on, aces and deuces now for Soverel, second best.
You can blame me for that, by the way. It's sort of my...
Well, I took us in the
My
cheesy
forte.
direction.
That's true.
Note that Simao, with the 4 and the 6, has a gutter to the nuts. Could potentially take a stab here in a pot that's been checked down on the flop, but no.
Soverel also content to knuckle and now finds a 9 for the winner on the end.
And if he does come with a value bet here, which we expect he will, going to be difficult for Riordan to get away from aces and 5s.
You know, this is an image we've seen
We've seen this show before,
way
haven't we?
more than
Yeah.
John Riordan would like.
But this one,
on
I
the
think,
day.
just very standard procedures.
Fair.
What?
Oh,
Whoa!
timeout. As soon as we say the word standard, something very much
Wow.
non-standard ensues. Simao drops his zipper and gives the boys a glimpse.
This is fun.
Wow.
Wow.
This-
What a quick call
And
from Sam Soverel.
I'm going to tell you something. Had he used a few time banks and indulged Simao in kind of a respectful
Yeah.
deliberation, it would have been a very different experience for Joao, as he might have thought, I got the sweat, I had a chance. Instead,
He didn't even give that a consideration.
that was wild.
Want free online poker? PlayPokerGo.com has free rolls running every hour. Real games, real players, always free at PlayPokerGo.com.
Ali, that delivers a message.
If there was a thought bubble, because Soverel didn't say anything, over
Right.
Sam's head right when he made the call, I believe the simple words, nah, cuz,
Yeah.
would have been contained
What did
within.
he take, 2.5 seconds there?
If that. That was just ownership of the soul of Joao Simao. Uh-oh. Miyagi time. Soverel knows he's got a shot to maybe book a ticket to heads up against Riordan here, with Simao delivering his payload. Kings still best here, but you see Sam finding interaction in the form of top pair and does have 29% equity with 2 to come. Joao.
Riordan, an interested spectator.
Yeah, poised
Oh, I thought he had ace, king, 8-8.
to haul in.
I was like, what do you mean no clubs? You have nothing.
1.2. Not a lot of those available. Instead, it's the
9, though.
9 for 2 pair. And this is a bit filthy as the tables have turned, and now it's Simao who needs help. 10 outs, 1 busy. Can he find the necessary king 8 or counterfeiting 10? or 5?
No.
Runner, runner, boat, as Soverel polishing off the remains of the Brazilian, who he dunked on a Pot-Go,
seats or whatever.
and then sends to the locker room here. Embarked upon this journey where Soverel held a 2-1 chip lead, roughly.
And Riordan has a chance to kind of get some revenge on Soverel, because certainly they were playing no heads-up match earlier, but Soverel did get the best of him in some heads-up encounters.
Oh, yeah. Soverel, by the way, somewhere out there living in Joao Simao's head rent-free right about now.
Yeah, that was...
Cocktails?
It was
Can I
the
get a
speed.
chamomile?
Breathtaking.
The speed with which he called Ali. We don't see that often anymore, just in general.
We're not overselling it, by the way. Some people might be rolling their eyes and going, come
No.
on, Alex, Ali, stop it.
I mean,
no,
you can
that
watch
was
tournament footage, and this is one of the things I don't like about tournaments these days, is that I find that players are a little bit too deliberate. You know, there's just so much tanking, and I understand that would be a spot to be deliberate, but it feels like players almost feel like they have to go through this same process. It's like the guy who shuffles his feet for 30 seconds before lining up a putt.
Well, I don't know that we have to see a whole lot of chips shoveled into the middle, but look what Riordan's got. Top pair and an open-ender versus Soverel, who's got jacks up, and a whole lot of reasons to try to end it right here. And you see the check raise come in.
With no club in his hand, I would think just calling.
And Riordan thinks the same. Meaningful one brewing. Barley and hops into the cauldron. And that's high alcohol content on the turn for Riordan. Makes the wheel in a clean way. Not exactly your favorite card if you're Soverel.
No, it's a very awkward card for Soverel. It's one that's likely to help Riordan's range, especially when Soverel yields the cards he has.
Sam wastes no time checking. What approach do you favor from Riordan?
I certainly like betting with the plethora of draws available.
Size-wise?
Something in the neighborhood of 2/3 pot, perhaps. You could go anywhere from half to full.
Just trying to charge the club draws that you unblock?
Charge the club draws, charge the sets, the 2
1.5.
pairs. He does go just around 2/3.
Boy. You've made a significant investment if you're Soverel in this one, but he's not going to chase it with bad decisions.
Yeah, well done from Soverel. I think recognizing that that was probably the best card in the deck for Riordan's range. Lines. But momentum certainly shifting in favor of John Riordan, who has picked up a very 3-bettable candidate here in the big blind.
And no sooner do you say that, the 3-bet does come in. Of course, conversely, Soverel's hand, not exactly the most durable. Note spade coverage for Riordan.
No, but Soverel's hand is usually going to be live enough against a 3-betting range that he will continue this in position. And all of a sudden, the pot's swelling to 1.5. 3.8 are the effective stacks.
Four, five, six.
2 pair for Soverel. And I believe, if I remember Riordan's hand, he has a nut flush draw here.
Confirmed. And again, we've pulled the pin in the grenade.
He goes for check again, Ali. This is similar to a hand we saw previously where it's a bad board for Riordan's range. So he checks. Will he be springing in a check raise here on the virtue of his nut flush draw and his 7 blocker, I might add?
6s and 5s certainly feel cozy enough to barrel. 575, keeping it somewhat restrained. And perhaps keeping it small enough for Riordan to think that the check raise could earn him the pot here and now in case this is just a range advantage sort of delivery from Soverel.
The 7's going to make him a lot more comfortable making that play, blocking Soverel's strongest hands. But calling's certainly an option as well.
Having both ace and king of clubs, though, does sort of skew Soverel away from flush draws.
And he does announce pot, and you can see that Soverel
275.
doesn't love it, but recognizing that Riordan may have many hands like this, may have some aces plus clubs hands. 6s and 5s is a lot of hand here against a 3-betting range.
What do you do in Soverel's seat out there, Alex? Are you going to hang in?
I think given how big the pot is, given the stack to pot ratio, and given the construction of Riordan's range, I think we have to grit our teeth and get it in here, Ali.
I thought I had backdoor hearts.
But it is not very comfortable because against a certain subset of that range, you're going to be drawing very thin.
Soverel saying, I thought I had backdoor hearts. And he is going to go with it.
Nine clubs.
So Riordan showing nothing more than nut clubs, but he could ice. Actually can't ice for Gimme, the full house draw for Soverel, preventing that. But obviously, things would get frosty if the puppy foot showed up.
Yeah, he could also just go backdoor 2-pair or trips on Sam.
You're really a...
Just presenting our audience with the options here, Ali.
That's don't speak that into
You guys love me.
existence.
I got enough flush draw.
He's got no pair.
Might this be the moment?
A good hand right now. Ooh.
Clubs show up.
Now I
Riordan,
have 4 outs.
a card away from victory. Yaki on hand. Soverel now needs a 5 or a 6 to fill up and haul in 9.1 and a 4.5 to 1 chip lead. Is it there? No! And that's it! Sam Soverel left with the consolation of a second place finish here, and John Riordan battling back from a better than 2-to-1 chip deficit to claim this year's title. Soverel, $825K, biggest score of his career as you see him there proudly brandishing the ring. What a moment for John. Someone run up there and give that man a hug. He could use it. Maybe he's going to run out and give someone else a hug. As our embrace on this year's coverage of the Super High Roller Bowl comes to an end, sadly. Of course, pleased to have had you with us for the run of it. And on behalf of our entire crew here in Las Vegas and my partner Alex Livingston, this is Ali Najad saying good night and thanks for joining us. Until next year, it's so long from Vegas and the Super High Roller Bowl.